I don't know what that other meeting was.
Well, I joined originally and sent you that one because I saw your trouble getting in. Then I was like, oh, there is. I was like, let me go put this in Notion instead of Discord because I know that you sometimes are not paying attention to Discord. So,
Yeah, I was paying attention to Discord and I saw it right away. I just can't access that on my work computer, which is where I do my video from. Same thing with Gmail. I can't access Gmail on my work computer, so I just use Notion.
so I saw the Zoom link in there. I was like, oh, let me just click this. I never click it from there. I just usually start it from my Zoom calendar,
Hmm.
but it's not there. So that's what triggered me to go in
Hmm.
um, and do that. Do you get a
Makes
notification
sense.
when we're live, by the way?
Like in Zoom.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, I did notice it this time, but I do see up top it says YouTube. So I
Um,
might have just missed a notification that says this is being live streamed because it usually does have that.
speaking of, thanks for meeting tonight instead of yesterday. I
Hmm.
literally 100% forgot. And that sucks. So I appreciate you being lenient.
Yeah, man, it happens, and it's important to be flexible. That's part of the whole thing is
Yeah, I knew you were
holding
gonna say
ourselves
that too.
accountable in our own ways.
Like you remind is like especially as we're I don't know, just the last few months, I'm like, yeah, I guess. I just didn't really I think that I'm understanding that I have really strict expectations of myself and time.
Hmm.
And like I can be pretty lenient with time with myself,
Hmm.
I think. So I just didn't think there was any room to adjust there
Hmm.
until like this time and then wasn't it last week I forgot too or something?
Something like
I
that.
wasn't feeling well. Something was happening, and I was like noticing that um, that I was there was a lack of like feeling guilty.
Hmm.
Like it was there a little, but I was like ignoring it for some reason. I was like, I'm not trying to care about this, and I was like, oh, I don't usually feel that way. I usually feel that
Hmm.
guilt, and I'm like, why am I doing that? So it's
Yeah.
taken me this long to not care.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Hold on. Do you lose me? Can you see
Oh,
me?
I
Oh,
still see you.
having an issue. Yeah, what is happening? Okay. I moved the monitor. They have a humongous monitor here, so I can have like four normal size screens on one screen.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, I don't have the exterior keyboard because she took it. So I'm not using my actual laptop screen, just using it as a keyboard. It's a nice little setup.
Well, that's nice. I prefer an external keyboard myself. So,
Do you?
mhm.
Mm, yeah, I'm thinking
There's
about,
more freedom to like move and
yeah. Well, I had one. I actually have one. It's just upstate in storage. Um,
mm,
and I also don't need one in the apartment because we have no room for a second monitor or a second keyboard, or
mhm.
there's just no space for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we could change that.
Oh,
Anywho, that triggered me to understand that I might need to create a new uh, Zoom link or a new invite because it doesn't show up on my Zoom anymore. Like, it doesn't show up as a reoccurring meeting. And I know that I did something, as I do, like I clicked a setting in Zoom because I was sick of getting notified or something
mhm,
5 times. Like, I can't just notify you one time. It has to be like
mm.
bing, 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 bing. Like, so I turn it off. I'm like, I don't need to get notified for Sunday service, which is true. I do get notified on my phone. But man, now it's not there, and I'm trying to add it to the fucking thing, and blah, 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 blah. Like, and I rescheduled it in my phone to today, and it didn't show up. So I just don't fucking know, man.
It's like calendar hell all over
It
again, but
is
it's
calendar hell,
Zoom
man.
hell.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I just woke up from a 4 hour nap.
Yeesh.
I've been so tired. I'm getting the worst sleep because for some reason my body is seizing up at night.
Oh.
And like so if I go to sleep at like 8 or 9. or 10 or whatever. By 4 o'clock, my entire back has, I don't know what's happening. My back and my chest, and I'll wake up, and if I move even my fingers too fast, my entire back seizes up as if I'm being attacked.
Mm,
So I have to like wiggle my finger. It's like a 25-minute wake up, and it's so painful. It takes my breath away. Like it feels like all my back muscles and my ribs are on my heart and my lungs, and I have to spend time getting it all off. And I can't
jeez.
breathe during the time, and it's so painful for the entire morning. I just wake up in hell every single day. So I'm having a rough time over here. I don't
I
have health
can,
insurance, of course, so this is not something that I can just be like, let me just go get it checked out. No, I need to do fucking research and find out what kind of doctor and what to say
Mhm.
if I'm gonna pay cash for it.
God, I'm so sorry you're going through that, man.
That really sucks.
I'm
That's my,
glad you were able to at least get 4 hours of sleep today, because
yeah,
obviously you needed it.
yeah. Well, like I need to start napping again. I'm just like also having effects of being fucking 43. It's so dumb, dude. So take notes, okay? All the things that I'm saying, because apparently it does not skip anybody. All of the shit doesn't skip anyone.
Good to know.
Ugh.
This is good to look forward to.
Yeah, like I have to eat at certain times now because hormonal levels like to get hungry. So you have to eat when they're hungry. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. And I think this muscle thing is because I was in fight or flight for a year because Laura was an
Mhm.
abusive partner. And what happens is your ribs stop expanding. Normally, when you breathe, your diaphragm gets fucked up. And then you have to figure out how to, you have to like trigger your diaphragm into working again. And then like your muscles, I don't know. It's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing.
God. Those are things you don't really think about, though.
Right.
Like we talk about the physical responses to trauma and getting through those things and CPTSD and whatnot, but sometimes you don't think about their physical effects long term also.
Yeah. It's crazy. How are you doing?
Uh, I'm doing okay. Um, I'm trying to keep it kind of low key because there was an accident at Jonathan's work site that involved a kitten, and um, they just got home and are probably coming back from burying it. So I'm trying to kind of keep things low key because I can't imagine going through that.
They must feel so awful. They must feel so awful.
Oh yeah. But overall, things are not terrible. Um, we did a lot of cleaning this past weekend and still got some dishes to do and laundry to put away. But overall, we're trying to be more proactive about things around the house and just in general in our lives. And also, I may or may not have mentioned that we were doing this health challenge at work. Not everybody was participating, but it was like the main purpose of it was to just like exchange helpful habits. And they did have us do regular weigh-ins, but it was just to like one metric that they would use. Like the last challenge they did was for water, and this one just happened to be numbers. I was not like trying to lose weight because my priority is more strength and just in general making healthier habits so I don't feel like a lump of nothing and just kind of spiral.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the people that were participating, I guess they had a hard time, um, a harder time, I guess, which my weight usually fluctuates anyway. So I naturally had like I won the contest basically. And that kind of made me a little bit, I should be happy, right? But I'm also sad because I wasn't trying to lose weight. And there are people that actually were trying to lose weight. And also the thing that I wanted to do, which was build strength, I was not as successful in. I wasn't able to work out as consistently as I wanted to. And at some points, I wasn't. eating as much as I wanted to, just because there were some rough moments in the past couple months where I was struggling. And that's usually when I have a hard time eating. It's not a choice. It's just I can't bring myself to do it half the time, or I don't realize until I'm too weak. And then all I can do is like grab some peanut butter crackers and go to bed. So I didn't want to be the one to win for weight loss. I wanted to not lose the weight and then instead build muscle mass and feel less weak. And then the other people in the team actually did want to lose weight. But I think these past few months have been differently bad for people, like differently stressful and handled differently. So I think my struggle was kind of the opposite, where like I found out that one person on the team, I used to kind of be envy of her because she would have things, she seemed like she has everything in order and she's got all of her meals laid out for the week. And I just found out from this challenge that the meal planning was a side effect of her constantly thinking about food. And I'm like, I did not even register the fact that that was a way of coping. I'm over here feeling bad about myself because I can barely imagine what I'm going to eat in a couple hours. And she has her meals planned out for this period of time. I didn't even think about the fact that I don't think about food very much, and that's my problem. And she thinks about food all the time, which leads into her planning, which is a very healthy way to redirect that energy. But also, obviously, it makes it hard when you're trying to lose weight. But that moment kind of clicked for me. And I'm like, this was an education moment for me because, like, I have been feeling so bad about myself when I struggle to plan food out. And it's not a moral failing. It's the thing that sets me apart from the people that are able to plan out more is because they can think about food more easily sometimes.
Also, do you have moral fails? Are you an immoral person?
I'm not an immoral person, no.
Do you have an intention in you where you are like, is there any time that you could not say it's a tech fail? You show that you have intention to do the things and to say the things and to plan the things. So like, how can that be a moral fail? Just like right off the bat, right?
Yeah, it's not, I think it's less so like thinking of being an immoral person as it just like the back of your head when you feel like it's not even like a language thing for me personally. It's not like a voice saying words. It's just this feeling of like guilt um and comparison is the death of joy. And you don't want to compare yourself to other people and you try not to, but some days it's easier than other days. Some days I'm aware of it and I'm like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that. I that is not me. I don't need to be over there. That's them and that's
I
fine."
don't need to compare. Yeah.
Right. And then there's moments where I don't even realize it until I snap out of it that like, "Oh, I've been in a funk. Why was I was comparing myself to them and I didn't even realize it." And I think this was one of those moments where I realized that I didn't realize I was comparing myself to her and people like her that are able to plan so far ahead. I didn't realize I was judging myself for not being and frustrated with myself for struggling to do that. I didn't even realize that until I realized, wait, what you just discussed, constantly thinking about food, that is not my experience. And I just realized
When
that's
are you
one
thinking
reason.
about it? Like when you're hungry, you're like, fuck, food
Like
exists.
yeah, literally, like once in a while I'll get a craving, but most of the time, if I'm doing something else, especially, I'm not, or if I'm like crushed by like just existential dread for whatever thing is happening, sometimes food is just not on my mind. And
Really?
it'll be like a passing thought, like, oh, I should probably eat something. And then it just kind of like, woof, there it goes. And then a few hours later, I'm like, about to like I get out of my chair and I realize that I'm about to faint. Or like I start feeling pain in my stomach and I realize, oh shit, I should have eaten like 3 hours ago. And that's like it's easier for me when I feel like I'm like on top of things a little bit more, for lack of better phrasing. But whenever I am having those darker moments or those more like especially when there's medication change that's happening, and I'm overcoming that, that's usually when I find that like it's a struggle. Um, and I also don't like that was the one thing when I went on Ritalin is they kept saying like, your appetite might go away. And everybody always says that. They're like, oh, I eat more when I'm off my Ritalin and I eat less when I'm on my Ritalin, or just ADHD medication in general. And I found that I was so surprised. I'm like, they kept saying that I wasn't going to be hungry at all, but I'm eating more right now on my medication than I ever did. And I just realized in real time that that probably has something to do with the fact that my ADHD sort of contributes a little bit, and my mental struggles around ADHD contributes to my undereating sometimes,
I would
which is
say that in the ADHD community, it's like 80% of the problem.
that's so
Because
crazy.
I can relate to you too. Maybe this can help because I do that too. I would it be would you hit me when you said it's a passing thought because I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, feeling because I had to train myself to feel hunger because my fucked up eating schedule from being hairstyles forever. So I did that, and then it was feeling hunger and then interrupting myself in whatever I'm doing and then doing it, and then I went from that to saying I eat between these hours. So if I
Mhm.
look at the clock and I'm not hungry, I get up and I eat.
Mhm.
So there was phases that I've had to go through over years, and it's still it's not a problem, but it's something that I keep track of because especially now that I'm fucking 43 and I have to apparently eat in the first 60 to 90 minutes of waking up and then every 4 hours, and it's just so extreme. So
Yeah.
I'm actually excited because I love an eating schedule. Before I had this hormonal situation, I loved to eat in 6 hour windows and just not eat until like 3. Then I can just eat the whole rest of the night. And there's no way I'm going to eat 2,000 calories in 6 hours. Or if
Mhm.
I do, I'm really like, it's like an event. It's a game, which is helpful for me because I don't always love eating. But I'm also overweight. So like your thing with, forgetting to eat and losing weight, like I forget to eat and it actually makes me gain weight because my body thinks it is a trauma response and it stores any fat that I eat because it thinks I'm never going to eat again. So
Yes.
I don't know if that helps you detach from the thing of like feeling bad about the not eating, your ADHD affecting your eating and you actually losing weight. But like it really, those things aren't necessarily connected. Because I still have that issue and um, I think it did make me lose weight sometimes, like when I was feeling really safe for a few years. It
Mhm.
depends on what's happening in your life. It really depends. So the comparison has been coming up for me also, and also clarity around a lot of things, especially because of my fucking health issues. I'm like, I need to figure this out. I have to like stop smoking. I completely need to stop drinking alcohol. I need to do all these things because I need
Mhm.
to go to ground zero and figure out what the hell my body needs.
Yeah.
So and you are an aging lady, my dear. So like checking in on these things means we can't really compare to what we've used in the past. Laura does this a lot too where she's like, well, I know how to do this. I've done it before. I'm like, you're 30.
Mhm.
You're not fucking 25 doing the same rigmarole. And also, you weren't doing the same habits. You weren't working the same job. You didn't have the same schedule. You didn't live in the same place. You didn't have this support. You da, 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 da,
Mhm.
right? So even comparing myself to me last week would not work. You
That's
know,
so real. And like we talk about that too. We've talked about where we need to not compare ourselves to previous us. Like we want to channel previous versions of ourselves that did this and use that as an
like educate,
empowerment.
not like,
Right.
well, I used to be able to do this, and this is what I know because I've done it.
I've been
Yeah.
doing that so much without realizing it. And I am 30. I just turned 30 and I
Well,
have
sorry to out you on
been,
that. You didn't want anybody to know.
oh, it's fine. But yeah,
I forget that we're live.
I just turned 30 and I like in May and um I'm just now realizing because I was frustrated with myself because I wanted to build strength and I was thinking about like the last time I did one of these health challenges, which was years ago. I was still in my 20s, which I mean, I know that's not saying that when I just turned, but I was like early mid 20s, and I was doing much better. Like I was planning out so much more stuff, and I was especially working out a lot more. And whenever I tried to work out in the past few months, trying to do the same stuff that I did back then, I would feel so like bad about myself because of how hard it was. And obviously, I knew it was going to be challenging, but there were moments where I'm just like, why does this small portion of what I used to do every day, I know I'm out of shape, but like, why does every time I try to do this feel harder and harder and harder? And I'm just now realizing that part of it, yes, obviously is being out of shape, but another part of it is it's going to take more to get back to the starting place than it used to be whenever I fell off of
Good.
activity.
Once you lose it, it is hard. Like I learned this when I lost my flexibility, quote unquote.
Hmm.
I like went through this phase where I had a personal trainer. They were like, once you lose it, it's hard to get back. But if you still have it, you can get into practice. But once you lose it, and like this, what I've been saying to myself recently about this is when I'm, comparing myself, I'll use yoga for example, and I'm like, because I'm tight everywhere because my body is tightened for impact.
Hmm.
That's what flight or flight can do, right? So I'm not as flexible. But if I am doing like yin yoga, where I'm taking like fucking a minute to go down into a pose, there's no pain and I can get there because it's soft and slow. If I try to rip down like I can before and just be flexible, it stops. Your
Yeah.
muscles are just like, nope, we're not doing that because you're being attacked. So one, I can't compare because it's different now. But also I can search back and be like, okay, well the last time I went through this, this is how I had to do it, so I'm gonna start there. And also, I am still stronger and I know more now. So I am actually in a better place than I am now than I was at my first times around doing this, right?
Mhm.
And like if years from now or whatever I get into the situation again, I'll have even more experience. So I'm using that to really hype myself up on like I'm actually smarter and wiser now, and I don't need as much education going through. I just have to spend the actual time and not just think I'm some magical genie that can just become flexible in a second because I know how and I used to be.
Mhm.
Woo! So that's been my adventure in that, and it's interesting that it's coming up for you also because it has been for me too, for sure. I feel like the world is. I feel like collectively, like people are this. Like I don't think, and I'm saying that to myself too. I'm like, anyone who lives in America, at least a lot of us are. This is happening to us, you know.
Mhm.
This is happening to us. And like my affirmations are like, I'm safe, I'm free. Like I have to let myself know that I am free, even though I feel like I'm here. And then I think about other countries and how they're actually not free. And even if I don't feel free here or safe, it does help me to know that I'm freer and safer than a lot of the other world or some of the other world. I don't know. I've not even been to the rest of the world, so I don't even know for sure. Everything that I know about the world is told to me by someone or something I saw on the internet. So I'm also trying to let myself know that, like, you know what, you can be ignorant. I prayed recently that I wanted to be ignorant about certain things. So I could wipe the slate free and just pretend I want to get the energy back from when I graduated high school and I left to a new city to go to college and to start working. And I just had, no, I wasn't scared. I was a little nervous, I think, but I wasn't scared. I just fucking went out there and did it. Got jobs on day one that I moved. And I don't know. And I did it all by myself, really. So I'm like trying to channel that energy too, of like if I just wipe everything away that I know and don't give a shit about if I get bombed tomorrow or if fucking ice takes my neighbor or whatever, like I need to really focus on my fucking self and not literally anything going on. I cannot care. I can't care right now. And I don't think that's a uh morally poor judgment. I think that it's fine that we care about ourselves and ourselves only, especially if you are a person who really thinks about the rest of the world a lot of times. And I'm one of those people. So it's okay to take a break from thinking about everything else that's going on in the world and on top of that adding boundaries to what you have access to learning. Like I just had to tell Laura that to actually I haven't told her yet because she's not answering her phone, but to not show me things like about AI on LinkedIn anymore. I don't want to read about fucking AI. I don't want to read about it. I don't want to fucking give a shit about Elon Musk. I don't know that person. I don't know him.
Hmm.
You know, I don't want to think about people I don't know right now. That is not a thing that I can do. So I'm also channeling a version of me that was really diligent and disciplined about media that I'm being exposed to and like what's in my timeline because that shit does slip, you know?
It's
That shit,
harder than ever to keep that stuff on lock now.
I think that's intentional.
Oh yeah, it
I think that's
absolutely
intentional.
is.
It's fucked up, man.
Like you
For good.
can, there have been people that I've seen that create a brand new account on various social media sites and go out of their way to block not interested, everything in a certain direction, and they will still be recommended things going into that direction. And they were like, I don't want to be showed this, or this. Why am I still seeing this? So it's definitely not an accident. Like this is across the board on
Yeah.
various, it's worse on some apps than others.
Yeah.
Um, like I have to very much limit my time. The only time I'm ever really on social media outside of YouTube is like when someone sends me a video on Instagram and it redirects me to Reels or something. But like I don't even bother with TikTok because the only
Same.
TikTok I know of is just clips that I've seen on YouTube, and that's enough. That's enough for me to say, okay, I'm done for
Yep.
the internet today. But no,
Yeah.
it's a slippery slope and it's not manufactured for good mental health.
You
It's
know,
the
you're
opposite.
right. You're reminding me because I, it popped up to me what I'm being exposed to. Because Facebook, I have like 20 friends. Most of them are people I went to high school with, and I'm just seeing them with their little families, and that brings me a little bit of joy. And I play Words with Friends with my mom and my brother. And then on Instagram, I just went through who I followed and like got rid of like whatever. But I follow a lot of New York City things because we got a new mayor and New York City was a piece of fucking shit. Everyone hates each other. It's horrible. But since Mom Donnie has become mayor, since the Knicks have won, like the morale is up. The morale is up. And like social media has, Instagram has helped me see the things because Mom Donnie's on Instagram. He's really good at it. Like having a
Mhm.
millennial or a Gen Z, whatever he is, as a mayor is helpful because he's good at communicating with people on the internet. And just so I feel like I have enough hope now that I can stop getting updates. And I also get updates from Laura and her sister, and that is enough, I think. I don't think I
Mhm.
need to go through and get my own. And like also the information that I get from the people around me, um, I am like, well, I'm choosy about what I believe about whatever anyone tells me. But like, for example, I have a client who is very good at telling me about what candidates are running so I can have help voting.
Mhm.
She has me an email list, right? So like there are people that I rely on for information.
Right.
And so I just use that to be like, okay, this person's saying this thing. Do I rely on them for their information? Yes or no? If it's a no, it filters out. If it's a yes, I consider it, and then I still just put it in a filing cabinet if it's something I don't need to worry about real time.
Mhm.
So yeah, any ADHDers out there, really fucking hone in on focusing on yourself. Make your diet plan, do it day by day, get a fucking whiteboard, put Monday through Friday out there, put what you're eating, when you're eating, put when you're exercising, when you're working, do it. Just fucking do it. It is helpful. You will get back on track and it might take a time that you have no idea. It could take a day to get you back in track. It could take a fucking year. So having no time expectations is helpful, but seeing time is critical. If you can see the time go by, then you can see progress,
Mhm.
right? That brings us to habit tracking.
Right.
Seeing progress helps us see how long things take, and it helps us see that we are progressing. Even if it's like, oh, I did this for a week and I only didn't do it one day. I didn't know that. I thought I wasn't doing it any day. But turns out I
Mhm.
did it every day almost. So we need that for hope for ourselves and that we're doing better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. It's
So
super
yeah,
hard
I
sometimes
do
to
it.
keep that in mind, which
Yeah.
is why we do the habit tracking, and it's also why we do these, is for those regular reminders of like, oh, this is something we used to do, but we've kind of fallen off on it.
Yeah. And it's okay to fall off too, because where we did fucking say, like, where we do this because we want it to be easier, not just in like, does pain free exist? You
Mhm.
know, like if our expectations are perfection. I just wrote, do you subscribe to my Substack? Are you a fan? Do you read my articles
I'm
or?
not on Substack.
Well, I highly suggest that you follow me and become my fan because I started writing articles. Laura doesn't even read my fucking shit. The people in my life do not read, do
I
not like
have seen
share my
like
stuff. They don't fucking read my articles. They don't make comment. They don't do anything.
I have seen your email write-ups before, but I have not been on Substack. I keep hearing about Substack and I've not done it yet. So,
I ended up on it because I've been doing all this research about where I should publish articles because I was using Wix blog thing, but like, I'm trying to get away from Wix. And then I just kept doing research, and then I kept seeing like people that I like to read. I just think that Substack is a pretty secure space um, for it, and it's a good house for it. You can like write little notes, which I love, and you can do full articles. You
mhm.
can start conversations in a separate area and like ask your community questions. I've already gotten feedback from I just automatically subscribe to all my clients. Anyone whose email address that I have is a client. I just like, they know that they're in on whatever I'm putting out.
Yeah.
Um, Laura's calling me. Hold on.
Mhm.
I called her 100 times and she didn't answer, so I'm a memento. Um, So my client, she was like, "Oh, by the way, I read your article because I got in my email about, I think it was about clarity." And she was like, "It really, I've been thinking about it since then." And I was like, "It's working. Oh my God." So I finally have this whole list of things that I've been wanting to write about. And I think I needed to know that someone reading it and getting something out of it because it is um, a lot of energy to write,
Yeah.
especially from the gut like that.
Yeah. And a lot of your writings that I have seen have been pretty raw. You can kind of tell. They're not like manufactured.
So thought
They
up,
feel
and sometimes a
genuine.
year later, and I'm like, all right, I think I can finish this off, and then I'll just rip it out, and then when I reread it, I'm like, that is what I think. And like I question myself because I don't consider myself like a writer, you know,
Hmm.
and I don't. My writing style is, a mixture. I'm like, what's the word? Uh, I'm like trained in business writing and technical writing. Um, but also I put a lot of my voice in it. So I'm writing the way I speak,
Yeah.
even if it is, and I don't care about having like typos and stuff like that. I'll just leave it in there a lot of times. But I want it to be read as if I'm saying it real time. I think that is the biggest thing is making sure that I'm doing that because I can get caught up, especially when I'm reading other people's writing and I'm like, I don't write like that. That's very
Right.
proper. You know that word.
And you're absolutely right. Like when I am reading at least your email stuff, and your writings in the past, it's definitely always come across as like, oh, this is Michelle speaking. So, I'm actually gonna make a Substack account, uh, like tonight.
I
I
actually
already,
think that you will slide through and automatically find things that you want to read on there. I am predicting a soft addition to Substack.
oh, great. That's just what I need.
If I know you.
What, just for me and also anyone listening that might want to find you on Substack, how would we find you? Do they have handles on Substack? What would we use to look you
They
up?
do. It's right next to my Subway app when I eat fresh. It's Go Full Hawk Yourself, my regular handle.
Okay.
And the pictures there, it's really hard to not see. But I've been really well, I started posting about Unmask and my craft method and whatnot. And I knew I wanted to put articles and stuff, but and like my poetry. So I like that they have notes, like you can post a note. So I'm just using that as like a way to post poetry. And my Notion is just filled with all of this stuff that I don't know where to put. So I've
Hmm.
been there was I planned 5 of them so you can like schedule. So
Yeah.
I scheduled like 5 weeks worth of little notes and poems, and then I would get notified because I'm subscribed to my own Substack, and I'm like, oh, I wrote a poem.
All
That's
right.
so cool. Yeah. So I've been really liking it. And this also getting this shit off my chest, and like Notion is my chest too, right? The things that I have stored that are still around, they're still in here in my little bubble.
Hmm.
So getting them like out is has been really nice because I
Yeah.
have to read it again and feel it again, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, I this,
Like classic blogging.
yep,
Remember when everybody had a blog?
yeah.
Crazier
That's what
times.
the Wix thing was, and blog just is not the Substack is the new blog, and like there was WordPress I was going to consider, but I can't remember why, but I think it was probably just logistically when I look at it, I'm like, no, I can't do WordPress. So I've like went on and just researched several different ways, and you know what it was that got me?
Hmm.
Maya Bialik, who was on, do you know who that is?
The Big Bang Theory. Is that
Yeah.
her?
And
Hmm.
she was Blossom. That's originally how I know her.
Ah.
She and her husband are on Substack talking about all the things. You know, she's like a double scientist person,
Hmm.
physicist or whatever in real life. And her husband is I can't remember what he is, but he is more of a spiritual, magical witch person. So them two
Oh.
combined, and they have a podcast that I really, really like. So if you can imagine, they have a guest, their perspectives, and then the other person. It's a really, really good combo. It's not
I was
just
gonna
like
say that's a
echo
crazy
chamber.
dynamic.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it was. Is it called an echo chamber? Yeah, it's not. It's like very anti-echo chamber because there's all these different things going on and like learning, accepting, hearing it. It's very cool. Anyway, they're on Substack. So I was like, you know what? If it's good enough for them, I'm just gonna try it out. And so far I've really, really loved it. I really loved it.
Yeah, dude. I actually just found you on Substack. Um, I'm looking for something that says subscriptions. Um, I'm wondering if I just like subscribe to you without realizing it. Because
Probably.
I looked
Might be
up,
weird like that.
I went to subscriptions and there was nothing obviously. And then I clicked on the little search bar and I clicked on your name thinking it would show me your profile, but I think it just subscribed me to you, which is
But
fine. I don't want to go through and like
well
sign up for a bunch of stuff right away.
it didn't give me a notification.
Didn't it? Because when I go to your thing, it says unfollow. So let me go
Oh, so
back.
maybe you did. Well,
Mhm.
um,
Either way.
either way, I write a lot about beliefs, building beliefs. Like it usually all comes back to that.
Hmm.
It's usually all like, recovery related, or like even if it's about the beauty industry, I'm circling back in some
Right.
way, you know.
Which is helpful
Um,
because it's like playing into your own experience as well.
yeah, right, right. And I'm definitely like finding my voice a bit more on paper. I'm pretty confident in person about my voice, so
Hmm.
finding it on paper is it takes a long time. It takes a long time.
From what I've heard, yeah. And I mean, from what I've heard from you, I remember when you were starting out and you were not as comfortable with the writing. And I feel like you've definitely developed a lot since then in your confidence.
Yeah, just putting it out.
Hmm.
I can't like adjust or grow if I don't at least put it out, get feedback.
Hmm.
So,
And I did confirm, it looks like I am subscribed to you.
cool.
My subscriptions are Hear Me Out and on Substack.
That's
So
funny.
that's
I
good
have
enough
a
for
queer
me for
start.
now.
I have a queer start section. I have Hear Me
Oh,
Out and I have Queer Start. So I can't remember why I started the Queer Start one, but there was something that I'm planning on doing with it. I don't really know what.
that's awesome, dude. Oh, pardon me. Oh, one other thing. I'm looking at it right now, but I won this from the contest. They said that I'd get the prize in the mail, and I was like, oh, a prize. And I'm thinking it's gonna be like a water bottle or something cool like that. Um, it's this. It's oh, hold on, I gotta turn off my background. Um, well, I don't know how to do that right now, but it is a like weight that you put on your shoulders and back while you run. I don't think they could have picked a worse like
Person?
prize for me. Like of everybody, of all the things they could have sent, they
Yeah.
could have just sent I mean, they could have sent an Amazon
Well,
card for
you do
whatever
want
this
strength.
cost. I do want strength, but I feel like this is kind of dangerous. For me, as a person with scoliosis, you're not supposed to like
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're not
it's
supposed
and everybody on the team knows that I have back pain. And whenever we go in person, they all know, okay, make sure Scarlett has a spot where she can plug her heating pad in. Like it's a known thing. So the fact that I won and they sent me this, is like obviously they picked it out beforehand, but it also, I don't know, I just like this just really brings home the fact that I wish
someone
someone
else.
else could have won because
Maybe give it to maybe give it to someone who should have won. Give it to whoever you think should win.
yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea. I think I might reach
Yeah.
out to the group and be like, does anyone want my prize? Because this is
One,
dangerous.
I don't want the prize. I don't want to win. And two, the prize actually is not even for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's for someone, but it is not
Yeah.
for me. It's bad enough whenever I have to walk to the bus stop and I'm carrying a backpack. I don't think putting something that weighs up to 10 pounds directly on my spine is a good idea.
Yeah. That's
But
funny.
more power to you if that's you. So that's a good idea. I'm gonna ask them tomorrow if anyone wants it, and hopefully I won't come across as rude or entitled. This will not
Yeah.
work.
Well, they know you. So how would
Yeah,
it, do you ever come off as rude and entitled?
I don't. I hope not.
Has anyone ever told you that?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Not definitely not in the past 10 years, if so.
Yeah. So why are we thinking that this would come off as rude and entitled?
I guess it's just one of those things that pops up in your head.
Society. We live in a society.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to act
Mm,
civilized. That was a
yeah.
Seinfeld. That was two references in one. There's a song that is done by Eddie Vedder for a movie called Society. It's really good.
Oh, I don't think I knew that movie.
Uh, it's called. I'll think about it later, but it's really good. It's not new. But Eddie Vedder made an entire album for it, and it's the whole combination is really really so good. And the movie is like sad, happy, horrible, good. It's everything.
Hmm. That's
I'll think
crazy.
about it later.
I
Anyway,
mean, it's crazy that I haven't heard of it, is what I'm saying. So I might have to look into it a little bit more because it seems like the kind of thing my mother would educate
talk
me with in the
about
beginning. Because she
maybe ask
always,
because I don't remember the name of it, so I haven't said that yet. Um,
yeah. Well, I guess since I've already got you on Substack, that will be the thing that I look into tonight.
cool.
Okay,
Thanks.
well,
Yeah.
we have shot the shit successfully, I think, for a period of time. Um, which is fine. We always start our meeting with that to kind of get stuff out in the air and off our minds a little bit, get us warmed up. And this is a little bit different because we're doing it Monday night instead of Sunday morning. But the main thing is that we're still here, we're still doing it. Um, and what we want to do is we are a neurodivergent meeting that focuses on like structure and accountability and showing up for yourself, which means practicing time management, self-care, and giving yourself grace, like we did with meeting tonight instead of yesterday. We want to make realistic plans for ourselves, which we just talked about. Define what on time means for the day and delegate when it's needed. And then we want to build rest and joy into our days. So things that we want to do, we want to honor the moment and set the tone. We want to be present, curious, grounded, and try to stay inspired as we make things happen for the next week. We want to curate the vibe with lighting or music, handle the basics like snacks and stretching, grab tools we need, pencils, pen, notebook, or laptop. And then we want to use our resources. So we have a visual video that we use. I will share my screen. And we'll
The,
be doing this in 4 parts. What was that?
the movie's called Into the Wild. I'm
Um,
gonna put a link in the chat.
Definitely. And then,
It's based off a book.
okay,
There's a lot of books about it, actually, because it was a pretty, like, it's a really well-known story about this guy.
very interesting. I'm very surprised I haven't heard of it yet.
Mhm.
Um, I'll
Maybe
have
when you
to, yeah, maybe when I see the trailer, it'll be like, oh yeah, this one.
put the IMDb in there. Anywho, okay, I think we're ready.
Cool. Well, we will do this in 4 parts. So we'll take 20 minutes on a brain dump. We already got a lot of stuff out, but basically you would take 20 minutes to anything that's left over and taking up space in your brain, just kind of spit it all out on paper or in your Notion template. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. We just want to get things out of the way. Then we'll come back and we'll do reflective questions for the previous week and then top 20 for the next week and then add things to our calendar. So we'll start with the brain dump for 20.
Okay, thank you.
right. That is time.
Okay. Speaking of the eating thing, I bought the teeniest, tiniest hummus and some crackers this meeting because I haven't eaten since noon.
Oh
So
no.
I know that I need to eat again. I'm not really hungry right now, but I also need to eat 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed.
Mm.
So I'm like, let me at least have this snack. What I'm trying to do, maybe this will help you too, because I like to fuck around. We talk about eating for a second.
Mhm.
I also think about eating a lot because of the problem of not eating. So I have had whatever. Um, and it's a stressful thing for me because I always crave food and I always crave the foods that I like. So I'm like, it's stressful. So it can be stressful. Anyway, I like to eat a majority of my food in the beginning of the day. So like building up my what I can eat in the well, now that I have to eat first thing, I'm doing like a banana and coffee with soy milk, some calories to get the my body going.
Mhm.
And then my meal would be like lunch, brunch, whatever. And I'm
Mhm.
eating a lot of calories during that time. And then my dinner is something small. And I think that's helpful for me to know that I don't have to cram in a whole fucking dinner meal at night. And me and Laura eat pretty early anyway. We're eating dinner by 4 or 5 o'clock. So
Mm.
I've been going about this for quite a while, but now that I've added this element of like when I should be eating, it's been helpful for me to decide what, and also I want to eat less amounts of foods. Like I want to eat like 5 things. I'm eating like chickpeas, bananas, chicken. I'm eating Caesar salads and chicken wings. I'm eating Caesar salads like nobody's fucking business. It's a predictable thing that I can get, and I've never been a Caesar salad eater until recently, but I just like became hooked in. It's something I can connoisseur about because I never really ate them. If we go to a
Mhm.
restaurant, I can always be like, let me try their Caesar salad. And then it's sometimes it's really bad, but it's a meal, and I got to try it. And before this, it was fried chicken sandwiches, so this is arguably a better option, right?
Yeah, definitely more balanced.
Yeah.
Get more vitamins and whatnot from it. That's awesome, dude. I find my stomach usually works the opposite. Like first thing in the morning, I found as I get older, I can't eat as much early in the morning. Um, and at night, I'm more likely to feel hungry when I go to bed. And when I'm just laying in bed, I'm more likely to think about the fact that I should have eaten. And now I brushed my teeth and I put my retainer in, and now that ship has sailed. We cannot get up and get a midnight snack when you wear a
Yeah.
retainer.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe someone can, but the one that I have, I can't.
I have, and it's stupid. I've done it. I'm like, because because of my eating trauma, being hungry and like training myself. I also learned that can be in the beginning, I'm very militant about the thing,
Hmm.
no wiggle room. And I didn't really see that. I like know that I'm like to be disciplined, but I didn't know how militant I was
Hmm.
until recently. I'm like, oh, I'm really policing myself a lot. And that adds like I'm in trouble feelings. So, like letting go of that has been something that I've had to do recently
Yeah.
because I would be like, well, you're hungry, and if you're going to be starving in the morning, and that's not even true. Like, I'm not going to be starving in the morning, but your body also adjusts and it does that. And if I reflect on the day and I only ate half the amount of calories that I should be eating, that is okay. My body is resilient. It will be okay.
Hmm.
It's like if it's a pattern of that, that's what I don't want to do. So if I'm having a pattern of something, maybe it's time to kick in that militant part of me. But otherwise, I think I need to fucking chill.
Also, can I just say a banana and a coffee with soy milk actually sounds like a really nice breakfast.
Dude,
It's
banana
like,
coffee. I used to just do banana coffee in my magic bullet. So a half a banana, I would do cold brew, soy milk, chia seeds, blend it, and it's. Did we talk about this already?
you've talked about using your magic bullet for morning smoothies, but I didn't know that you did coffee and banana in there. We
Oh,
talked
I
about
thought
like the chia seeds.
it must have been someone else I was talking to this about. It's a solid. It was my when I moved to Brooklyn and I was commuting back to Long Island every single day. I had, or I mean, 4 times a week or whatever. I had went to. It's called Smorgasburg. It's a festival every Sunday in Brooklyn. There's two of them, but this one's in Prospect Park, and there was a stand for banana coffee, and I was like, what? And it was, coffee, a banana, but it had sweetened condensed milk in it, and it was so insanely sweet. So it was delicious, but I was like, huh, this is a good way to get a
Mhm.
fucking banana in, and it's delicious. So yeah, I did that, and I added chia seeds, and I busted it in the fucking magic bullet, and it's still liquidy like coffee because it's not enough banana to make it a smoothie, which is critical. Then
Mhm.
it sweetens your coffee. You don't need sweetener or anything.
Yeah,
And plus, it
dude.
has a lot of protein in it. So it's a really solid breakfast.
Yeah. I haven't bought like a milk alternative in a while because I'm the only one that will drink it, and you're supposed to drink it within like so long of opening it, and we were never able to do that. Um,
You have a Trader
but
Joe's. You only Walmart, right?
yeah, we do Walmart. I don't know that we don't have a Trader
We do
Joe's. I know
farm.
that.
Soy milk lasts a long time depending on the ingredients. And also, it might be $5, but if it lasts you a couple weeks, which it will at least last you a couple weeks, that's 250 a week for the milk. It's solid. It's really
That's
solid.
an interesting way of thinking of it.
Yeah, I've also had to get rid of my poverty idea about wasting food.
Mm.
Like this 2 inches of milk that I have to throw away, it's literally fine. I don't feel fine about that usually. And
Yeah.
I'm still in the process of training myself. Like I'm like Laura doesn't eat a lot of, she just forgets the fridge exists because she's like a McDonald's kid. So have like had to throw a lot of food away, not just because of her, but like in general. And I'm like, God, I hate this. I hate myself for doing this. What kind of person am I? People are starving.
Mm.
So I'm like having to realize that like when I'm not throwing that much food away. I'm very mindful about the food I buy, the way I prep it, you know. So getting over the wasting food thing. I'm not wasting food like Walmart is. I'm not
Yeah.
wasting food like a restaurant is. I'm not throwing away perfectly good food that can go to somebody. I'm throwing away rotten, spoiled food because I didn't get to it, and that's normal and fine.
Right. That's been a huge thing for me too. I'm still struggling through the food waste thing because like I think I mentioned it before, my grandmother was a strong believer that if you waste food today, you will go hungry tomorrow.
Yeah.
If not tomorrow, then sometime in your future. And it's not a matter of like, oh, you'll wish you had food then. It's like, no, this will happen to you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it was I'm still
She grew
working
up in a
through
time
that.
where that might have been true. And like
Hmm.
scarcity here in America, I was just talking this about Laura. Like, yes, there is scarcity, but the kind of scarcity that they're trying to make us believe is not true. It's a total fallacy to get us to live in fear in that way, also. You
Mm,
know, look at every single grocery store. Where is the scarcity? It's not like the shelves are unstocked ever. And if they are, it's like one thing has an issue, right?
mhm.
Maybe lettuce got recalled, so there's no romaine. But like, where? Show me where there is a lack of food in certain areas. And if that's true for that area, that's true for that area, not every area.
Mm.
That's part of the needing to like get people out of my head and like get social media out of my head about the state of things.
Yeah.
You know,
Whereas I haven't even like considered the concept of like a shortage on a broader scale. I it's all like internal.
yep.
Um, and so it's like even if I sometimes even if I feel like I have money to buy more food, I still have that internal like I don't want to throw this food away because and it feels like a betrayal also. So where it's like I have to say I'm sorry, Grandma, when I throw it away, which is what I started doing the past week. Like when I started cleaning out the fridge and I found moldy food in the back of the fridge that got forgotten about. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Grandma, and I threw it away because I knew that she, probably could have made something before that went bad, but also I can't really do anything with it.
She might have had the time.
Yeah,
too. You know, that
also
compared,
true.
like, you went out of time, and I'm sure there was war, like, we're in a war now, but like, I'm sure that there was wars then, and food was different. Food
Hmm.
was very fucking different. Everyone grew their food. We don't do that anymore.
Hmm.
We're starting to, but yeah, that's good though. I like that. Sorry, Grandma. Just like allowing yourself to do it. Thank our ancestors for like, going through what they went through and feeling lucky that we don't have to go through that. And if
Yeah,
we are going through it, it's probably because our government sucks so bad that we can't afford food. That's really it.
that's a huge thing too. I'd be
Right.
more afraid of financial struggle than physical shortage, but I can't focus on it either way because can't do
Right.
anything about it now. What's happening
Right.
tomorrow? All I can do
I'm
is
not
do
a
the best
farmer
today.
and
Hmm.
I don't own a store that sells food, so I can feel more.
Well, we have uh three sections that we would be doing normally. But while I was doing my brain dump, I started journaling and I was thinking I
Want to skip reflection?
I want to do a short meeting. I mean, shorter
Do it. I'm feeling
because
good about
like
that.
I feel like I want to be there for my person. I was just
Yeah,
thinking about what they went through and I'm like, ugh, I don't.
it's
Oh,
late. I could
yeah.
go right to the top 20 if we really wanted to.
Okay. Let's do top 20 and
Top
we can,
20 and calendar all in one.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Beautiful.
Especially since we already kind of did reflection anyway.
And these dogs go to bed at 8 o'clock and they let me know. They do. I know. Are you tired? Have I shown you the dogs?
Mm-mm.
Mm. They're two. One's a German Shepherd. I think they're both German Shepherds, but one is something else actually.
Are you going to be there next weekend too?
And on the weekend after. I leave on the 12th.
Okay.
Um, I can't remember what I was going to say about them, but they're
Oh, that
precious.
they know it. They know it's bedtime.
Oh, one is an ex-police dog and one is an ex-show dog. And they're young. They're only 3 years old. So I think the police dog got injured or something. I can't remember why she's not.
Oh.
And I also don't remember why Una is not a show dog anymore, but they are really well trained. They're very precious. Um, they love their little routines. They're very loving. I just love them.
I feel like
And
if
they're
they were either animated or humans, they could have their own sitcom with that dynamic.
really good. Una and Freya. They also have really cool names. Una is
Very
a
cute.
fluffy dog, fluffy German Shepherd. And I grew up with German Shepherds, so it is extra special for me. I feel like I'm channeling my old dogs.
Aw.
The other one is little Freya here is a short-haired little dog. I'm not good at dog names and types, so big dogs, one long, one short. I know.
Oh
Yeah,
man. You're gonna have to show them to us next
I will.
week, like
I'll
get a
send you
good
some
view. All right, so let's go ahead and do this.
We did
And then
it.
we'll get, oh,
I
look at
finished.
you. Very nice.
Ooh, check that off the list.
Um, so let's do our top 20 for the week and also add things to our calendar. Let me flip forward. You want to just take 10 minutes since I've got the reflective questions up?
Sure, babe.
Okay, that's 10 minutes. So we'll do that.
Okay,
And
perfect.
then we'll come back and we will wrap up for the day.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. All right.
Okay.
How do we feel?
I feel really good. I was plugged in on the other day and I did a lot of Notion organizing.
Oh, nice.
So it's made this quick walk really easy. I don't really have much to do.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad. I appreciate you taking the time to still meet with me and being flexible with wrapping it up early.
Yeah,
Um,
I appreciate you accommodating this also, because I really wasn't looking forward to missing the week, and I really felt like I needed it in that chaos that just happened. I was like, what the fuck, man?
mhm.
So thank you.
Yeah.
This really
Hopefully
helped.
you got
Thank
enough
you.
out of it though, and I'm glad that you got Notion organized at least as well.
Yeah. And like honestly, seeing you and meeting here is this reset for me. Just being
Mhm.
in this space, it's like, okay, here we are
Yeah.
back in the loop. Scarlett exists. She's here. I know why I'm here. This is what we're
Yeah.
doing.
That's also a huge part of it too. The social element is very important, especially right now
I know. I'm like,
when
man, I haven't chatted with Scarlett in forever. What the hell? I don't even know what I'm doing now.
that's basically what this is.
You know?
Half of it is just chatting, which is
I
fine.
feel
We
like
need that.
having adult friends is like you have to work together in order to hang out regularly.
That is so true though. That's
Because
very
outside
true.
of you, it is really hard for me to feel like I just made plans. I'm in Mamaroneck where my friend Alyssa lives. And I'm like, oh my God, an adult friend I can visit. And I'm like on vacation, so I can actually go hang out with a real person that I know. It's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me know how that goes. I'm excited for you because you almost
Yeah,
never get to do that kind of stuff in person with people
I
that
know.
you already know.
Yes, I know.
All
How's
right,
your week
man.
going,
Well,
by
I'm
the way?
gonna it's looking okay. I have a short work week and I realized that
Oh, do you?
um during the organizing. So that's gonna be helpful for my personal self. Work self, it's fine. But personal self is gonna try to make the most of that and we'll see if it's a super productive time or if it's a recovery time. We'll just take it day by day.
I had
But
a
I've
guess.
got the most important things listed out.
Yeah, good. Sounds good. Well, I hope you enjoy the holiday and we're meeting on Sunday. We're meeting this Sunday, right? Next Sunday, this Sunday for,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
we have a bye week after that because I'll be traveling back to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's
Perfect.
pray that I can keep time in mind and see you on Sunday.
All right, I'll see you on Sunday. Thanks again.